Andrew the movie, and it was shot right where it happened in South Florida. Although the multi-million-dollar project began soon after Andrew hit in August of last year, it took until this April to get the script just right and get started on the hectic 20-day shooting schedule.
I watched the TV footage and the news just like everybody else did in the country that didn't live here. And it had a certain impact on me. It wasn't until I came here, and it wasn't until I met the people, that I really started to appreciate what this was like. And that's when I think we all started to feel a great responsibility to try and portray through our characters what this must have been like to the people who live here.
And that's exactly what the movie sets out to do. Recreate the experiences of the people who went through Andrew.
178 Apple, take one.
The movie tells the story of the news media who worked the storm.
Okay, stronger. By early next week, this one could really be...
Of emergency service workers and the hundreds of thousands who survived it. Most characters are actually composites taken from the experiences of many hurricane victims.
I hope that, for people that are watching, or that they will be able to see some of the terror that these actual people went through.
We tried to recreate the experiences, or a number of the experiences that were related to us. We tried to do it as honestly as we could.
Be sure to leave your animals a 2 to 3 day supply of food and water.
No way, Norcross.
The story begins 3 days before the storm and takes you through into that horrible week after, when we wondered if things would ever be normal again. The challenge was to give the rest of the country a real feeling for the sheer terror that people here experience.
Our responsibility is to give Miami and its people a dimension so that it's not so forgettable, that it's not just a blip on the screen, that the people who go through this represent all of us, and we're all better for having seen that.
Some of the roles, the firefighters, police officers, National Guardsmen, were played by actual survivors. All part of the producer's effort to make a movie that tells the real story of Hurricane Andrew. Now, when you see this thing, you're going to say, it wasn't really like that. But you got to remember, this is a movie for the rest of the country. I did 21 interviews today with television stations around the country. And the clip they showed was this debate that the Bryan Norcross character was having with the news director and general manager of WDVJ. Should we cover this thing? Which obviously didn't happen at all.
Have you previewed the movie?
No, I haven't. I've only seen
So you don't really know yet.
But I do know that that part wasn't accurate, and that's what they talked about. So.
Well, hopefully some of the human emotion of what everybody lived through in this community and tried to care for each other, hopefully that's what's there.
That's all part of it.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
Okay,
Tony?
Brian, thank you very much. Now, here is the lineup for Monday night at 7 o'clock, a Channel 4 News special, Hurricane Andrew, the making of the movie. Brian and I will be hosting that. Then at 9 o'clock, Triumph Over Tragedy, the story of Hurricane Andrew. And one other programming note, just to remind you, Sunday at 9, right after the rerun of the Cheers finale, an NBC special, In the Line of Duty, Ambush.
Did you realize that story was going to be, because it sort of went from one end to the other and didn't really look like it was going to materialize at one time. When did you realize it was going to suck in there?
Well, for the longest time, we thought it might actually die late the week before the storm. And then it rejuvenated itself and went just right down the pike toward us. We kept thinking it was going to move off course, kept hoping it was going to move off course. But by Saturday morning, about a day and a half to 2 days before the storm, we had a pretty good idea that somewhere within close proximity to Miami, we were going to get it.
Well, I know you're involved in more than just forecasting down there. You're a member of the American Meteorological Association Society. You're also big in historical South Florida. Are you a Floridian by birth?
No, I was born in southern New Jersey, but I've grown up in Florida. I actually consider myself a Floridian, been here most of my life.
And you love
been
weather.
Through a couple of hurricanes.
I was going to say, you obviously love your weather. We get all fired up when there's a winter storm or some kind of a big snowstorm in the works. Well, we wish you the best of luck always, and come see us when you're in Washington. I'll buy you breakfast, and I'll be down in Miami in a couple of weeks, so maybe we'll get together.
All right, Willard, stop by. It'd be good to see you.
And tonight at 9 o'clock on NBC, and a lot of it based on what you did and what WTVJ did. Tonight, 9 o'clock, Hurricane Andrew. Oh, by the way, Brian,
yeah,
what's the forecast for Miami today?
It's going to be gorgeous. It's been an incredible spring here. No humidity yet, Willard. Come on down before it all kicks in the summer.
Chamber of Commerce loves you. Thank you. Bryan Norcross, WTVJ in Miami. Again, Hurricane Andrew tonight on NBC, 9 o'clock in color.